Hey there, legendary souls. Welcome back to Unconventional Counseling. So, I do not know what we're doing today, but I know we're doing something. So, let's see what our cards have to say. Let's see what the tarot wants, what message the tarot has for you. So, first, we'll pray to clear the space. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors, for the viewer's highest good. We invite you in at this time and we thank you so much for your continued presence in their lives. We ask that this tarot reading is infused with the intention that there's something that feels unspoken. There's something that feels that it hasn't yet been articulated and it wants to come through. I ask for this, guys, some cards are coming out already. I ask that this reading speaks clearly to that sentiment, that this reading brings forth whatever needs to be said, and that the viewer uses their intuition and uses their discernment, and that their discernment grows through this message, that there's an activation through this message, that they know what is for them as soon as they hear it, that they can feel it, that they can hear it, that they can resonate with it, that they know it is truth for them, and that they will know what is not for them. They will feel that there is not a resonance. They will leave those pieces of the message for someone else to find, or for someone to find in the future. Please just be with me during this very weird moment and energy that we're all moving through, and help me to channel this message that you have for us clearly and in an encouraging manner, so that it uplifts. Thank you for everything you have done, everything you're currently doing, and everything you're going to do in service of these intentions and these requests. Ashe. You know, I always notice that I feel better after I pray. I wonder if you notice that for yourself as well. I wonder if you maybe feel a little better after that prayer. Energies just feel they feel a lot. They feel scattered. They feel disparate. They feel heavy. They feel like there's friction, like there's so much happening. There's so much happening. Oh, there's so much happening. There's always been so much happening, but now it feels like there's more. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's been impacting my mood. It's been impacting my sleep. If you're in that boat too, if it's been impacting my eating, like my appetite. Just know that you're not alone. Know that literally all of us are in it with you. Oof. Let's see what the message is. Hold on. Everything's reversed. We're gonna flip them. We're gonna flip them. Yes, it is possible to read all reversals. But when the cards came out, they were not reversed, so. It just gets a little confusing sometimes when everything is in reverse. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is the first card that fell out while we were still praying. We have the Nine of Wands. That feels very appropriate in terms of the energies, in terms of the fatigue that you're feeling. We have the Page of Wands. Oh, okay. We have the King of Cups, still have a reversal. The High Priestess, the Strength card. The Ten of Swords. Okay. Quite a bit is happening. So this fatigue that you're feeling and this, it feels like you're recalling a time when you were more vigilant and you were more anxious. It's like it's in your memory field. It's in your energy. It might be in your dreams. And what I'm hearing first is this is going to last a while longer with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's a very slow moving energy. So what I've been trying to remind myself of, that I will share with you as well when things move a lot slower than we want them to, is this healing is going to be thorough. So the things that are coming up, things always come up for us to be able to acknowledge them, for us to be able to remember, be able to have compassion for ourselves, for our former selves, for our present self. And they also come up for there to be more healing, greater understanding. There are different perspectives that we can see when we've gotten space from something or someone or a situation, and we've lived our life in some way, and then it comes back around. It's actually one of the gifts of Mercury retrograde. It's actually one of the gifts whenever any planet goes retrograde, I believe, because otherwise, only some of us would look back, right? Anyone who is primed to be nostalgic in some way, only some of us would look back. The rest of us would just charge forward. And it would be the majority of us, most likely, I think, that would only charge forward if we were given the option. So I think it's actually a gift when things move very slowly, even though they don't feel like a gift. When things move very slowly, when our bodies are remembering and recalling a previous time, when our minds are remembering, when our emotions are remembering. Now, when you can get all three to remember at the same time, your body, your emotions, your mind, I like to say to my clients that this is really deep healing, and it's beautiful progress, because when we experience something painful that our mind and our nervous system codes as trauma, one of or all three of those, body, mind, emotions, gets separated. It's how we can talk about something that has been really, really painful for us without shedding a tear. It's how we can talk about something with a very flat tone and affect. It's how we cannot talk about something ever and just truly compartmentalize it. And when someone asks us about it, we might diminish it or minimize it and say that, I'm fine, moving forward, it's all good. Other people have it worse, like, don't even worry about me. And it sounds like resilience on the face of it, but it's not, because we're refusing to look at something that's painful. We're refusing to feel something that's painful. It can also show up when we're forgetting, when we're very forgetful. Like when someone tells me that they don't remember anything about their childhood, or they only have like 1 or 2 or 3 memories of their entire childhood. That to me says, there's something that this mind is trying to forget. And it's not conscious. It's usually, most of the time, it is not conscious for us to have a poor memory of previous times. It is a survival strategy. It is something that has supported us through so much. It's something that has kept us vigilant. But oftentimes what I also see is there's a lot of anxiety in the works. There's a lot of stress in the system when someone is in these spaces. So I don't see it as a sign of resilience. I see it as a sign of survival. This feels like a card about survival. Just looking at this person, like they are battle weary and they know that they can't just sit down. What would they do if they sat down? If they sat down, they would still be thinking about how they need to defend and protect. Which is why when you start resting, when you just start resting, it is so difficult to get your mind on board. It's so difficult to get your body to experience the restfulness. So this season that we're in right now, Aries season, Saturn and Neptune in Aries, it's like a whole stellium, whole pile up of all of these planets that are in Aries right now, actually. Let me see if I can speak to what we have currently in Aries. Mars is in Aries. With Saturn, with the Sun. What's today? Mercury is on its way into Aries. So Mars went into Aries on the 9th. Mercury will move into Aries on the 14th. The Sun is still in Aries. Saturn is going to be in Aries for the next 2.5 years. Neptune will be in Aries for the next 14 years. So there's a lot of activity in Aries right now. And Aries energy is just, it's really freaking special. It's special. And I think in some ways it doesn't get enough of its, enough credit at times for how ready Aries stays. Just ready for the next, ready to do more, ready to explore, ready to invest in themselves, ready to invest in their dreams. And so here we have this Page of Wands, and while it might not typically represent Aries, I am seeing Aries right now as Aries has come up here in our conversation. There is this youthful vigor. There's this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed type of energy that is being birthed at this time, that is coming online, that is going to, this is what's going to sprout this spring as we really thoroughly clear out the things from this past 9 year. We have the 9 of Wands. So last year was a culmination of the previous 8 years and that year as well. There was so much karmic debris that we were clearing. So many relationships that we were seeing more clearly, so many relationships that we were shifting away from, so much that we were recognizing in terms of alignment, our energy, our power, our preferences, our boundaries, so much that we were learning and relearning again. So this Page of Wands feels very much like how so many people feel about a newborn baby, right? Like there is this fresh baby energy. There is this world full of possibilities. And the joy of newborn baby energy, and oh, wow, I just saw a red cardinal. So a male cardinal just flew on by the window here. That may be a message for you. Granddad may be looking out. Oh, here's another one. Okay. There are some ancestors here with us right now. We did call them in, so love that confirmation. Hello, and thank you for being with us. So this energy is bright and bushy-tailed and is full of possibilities. And for all intents and purposes, there is nothing amiss here, right? Oh, the cardinal got closer. Hey there. And the other one came back. Okay. There's 2 cardinals here now in front of us, present for this reading. Thank you for your presence. So the other thing, though, with having a world of possibilities and a world of potential ahead of you that you know of, that you can feel inside of you, and you feel like a fire about it too, right? A passion. The thing is, it kind of messes you up. You see here with all these things in reverse. It kind of messes you up on an emotional level. It kind of messes you up on a mental level here with the 10 of Swords. And when I say it messes you up, I mean that there are expectations that you have of yourself and of what your journey is going to be and look like. There's expectations that you have of your energy. When you imagined that you were going to make all this money or quit the job and go for the creative endeavor, or you were going to buy the house or move, or you were going to start the partnership, you were going to get married or a higher level of commitment, or you were going to create the business, whatever the thing is for you, because there's so many things, so many things that each of us actually has on our hearts. I don't think anybody just has one. Maybe some people do, but the collective I read for, y'all are like multi-talented and your dreams are vast. There's so many things that you want out of this life. There's so many things that you will receive and create in this life. I sense and I feel. But we're starting at the very beginning now. When Saturn was in Pisces, you were inundated by all of these dreams and all of these energies and all of these vibes, all of these things that you wanted to do, alongside so much grief of what could not be, so much grief in terms of maybe you were really depressed during that time, maybe you were very low energy, maybe you were burnt out in terms of the work that you were doing, maybe you were in survival mode because you were underemployed or unemployed for a period of time. So there's so many places that you were in transition. You might have had to move back in with the people who raised you, or go back to the scene of the crime, as someone that I met recently said of their situation, which I love. I just love the phrasing of it. But it is extremely difficult to heal at the scene of the crime. It is extremely difficult to heal and to dream up the next things that you want for yourself when you're sleeping in your childhood bedroom and you remember when you were there the first time around, that you were saying to yourself, you were blessing yourself with the incantations that you would not have to return and to sit in or sleep in the bedroom that you did have to return to, and the home and the family that you did have to return to, because of so many circumstances that have shifted in your life because of where our society is, because of where political climate is, because of what is happening globally in terms of the climate, in terms of jobs, because of all of these many shifts that have taken you back to a place that you didn't want to go, or have kept you stuck in a place that you don't want to be. There's this deep sense of betrayal that you're feeling, that your inner child feels from you. There is this it's like I want to take imposter syndrome and like turn it inside out to try to describe what you're feeling. Like, to say that you feel unmoored at times feels like an understatement. But emotionally, like, you feel fucked up, like truly, because you didn't see this for yourself. You didn't know that this was possible. You didn't know that this is where you would be at this age, at this time in your life, at this weight, at this financial status. You didn't know that you would be single like this, or you didn't know that you would be in a relationship that was so complicated in these ways, or you didn't know that the relationship would end. Like, there's whatever it is that you're grieving and that you've been grieving, and that feels like it's returning this month, Aries season. It feels like something is retrograde. Like, it feels like something is retrograde. I really just sense it's because Saturn is in Aries, and those two, they move so different. So it ends up feeling like something's really wrong. And so this is where you're at emotionally. Spiritually, you're in this space that feels like you find yourself questioning your alignment. You find yourself questioning your connection to your guides. You find yourself feeling as though you're not allowed or not deserving of asking your ancestors for the things that you need, or even for even for things like guidance or support or encouragement. Or if you do ask, the answers that you get, either you get silence first, or the answers that you get feel, they don't feel like they're helping you feel better, or there's something up with how you are interpreting. There's some sort of obstacle to how you are interpreting the messages that you're getting. It could literally be that, grief is tainting or changing your perspective. So when you're getting an answer of encouragement, it falls flat on you. Or when you're getting an answer, it doesn't feel like encouragement. Or when you're getting an answer, you're hearing it through the lens of your own inner critic. So it feels like you're being shouted at and blamed and critiqued. And so you don't want to ask as much, or you feel guilty. You feel as though you've done something wrong by asking for the support that you are. Then we have your inner willpower, your energy, your fire, your vitality as well. In so many places in, North America right now, there's it feels like winter is lasting very long, or it feels like spring is coming very slowly. It feels like the shift in seasons, the escape, I want to say, almost from winter. It's like we want winter to relent, and she's hanging on. I think she may be hanging on because there's so much that we need to learn during winter time that, again, just like a retrograde season, it's the only time we're actually going to try. Because if left to our own devices, we just won't. We just won't. Let's all be honest, we just won't. It's hard. It's hard to sit with the things that feel hard. And you don't have as much mobility, or you also can't see your people as much, or other people around you are also irritated and depressed and sad. So it's like our whole social fabric starts to feel crunchier. Yeah. And not to blame it on the winter, but it's like we see and feel the shadow elements within ourselves and within other people during this time way more clearly than we get to see and feel the sunshine. It's like we're walking around all feeling the reflection of the moon energy, the lunar energy, but most people love the sun. Most people understand the sun. The sun just is. The sun's hot. The sun radiates. You feel good or you feel too hot. You feel too hot, you go inside, you get some shade, you take a break. But there's a connotation that there's joy when it's, 70 something degrees and this blue sky and the sun shining. There doesn't tend to be a connotation of joy when it's overcast, or when it's a new moon and you can't see the lunar energy, or when there's more of an emotional time and you're teary-eyed and you need to kind of think things through at your own pace, and you're really tired and sleepy and you need more breaks and more naps. There isn't a general consensus of good for you, you took more naps, But I think wintertime and retrogrades serve as an opportunity for that to start shifting, at least within us as individuals. So your energy isn't feeling where it is. It's not where you thought it would be. When you imagined yourself creating more and going after these dreams that you have, and really being consistent with these disciplines and practices, you didn't imagine that you would be so tired. You imagined that you would have energy to do the things. So now you're kind of doubting, you're kind of questioning, maybe I'm not in alignment. Maybe my practices aren't working. Maybe my meditation isn't working. Maybe, you're feeling discouraged is really what I'm sensing. There's this sense of discouragement, this sense of doubt, this wondering of why this is happening at this time in this way, considering it's Aries season and it's, we had the Lunar New Year and it's the new year. We had the spring equinox, like, it's 2026. It's a 1 year. It's like you got all these dreams and what you want, and it's like it's go time, right? Like we're hearing the call, we're hearing the clarion call to get up and to start moving and to do the thing, to lose the weight, to go there, to make new friends, to meet the lover. We're feeling the call within our souls. We're feeling it. We're hearing it. If we're watching other readers, we're sensing it. We know what to do. We know what to do. We're clear on that. But everything within us is saying, slow down, rest, take your time, take a break, maybe play first. And it's like, it's confusing. It just feels confusing. So let's see. Spirit, okay. First thing we got, Hanged One. This is an opportunity, this is an encouragement to not only shift our perspective, but this is also an encouragement to wait. So much about waiting, so much about patience. The question that I have though, Spirit, is why? Like how does it serve us? How is it for our highest good for us to slow down at this particular moment in time? 8 of Wands. Let's see what this message is saying. The Devil. 9 of Cups. Okay, I'm getting the picture. So the waiting is beneficial for us at this time. It's for our highest good, because if we move really quickly right now, like right now is in today, right now is in this week, this weekend, if you're going to try to like run through, let's say you're in a course and you haven't been keeping up with assignments, or you haven't been keeping up with the lectures, but you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit one day, one weekend, I'm just gonna lock myself away and I'm just gonna do that all weekend until I finish. Like there's something in your life right now that you might want to do that with. You might just want to like run through it. You might just want to give something your all. Even though you don't have that much energy right now, you just want to give something your all, and you just want to finish it, and you just want to feel accomplished. You want to feel productive, right? What I'm sensing here is that by doing that right now in this moment while you're healing so deeply, you're going to run right into an attachment that you have. You're going to run right into some sort of belief that your ego has held for a very long time around your worth and your productivity. And it's not how Spirit wants it for us. The rush is not how it is meant to be done. Thinking about that, just like sitting with that metaphor just a little bit, like think about when people are in these corporate environments, right? And the work is just, it's always mounting. And I could add so many things. Like we could think corporate environments, we could think college education, we could think creative endeavors like art school, like institution, basically like affiliation with an institution, education of any sort, like the way that teachers have to work and produce every single day. It's really intense. So just, if this is resonating, you'll know what this is for you, but there's something that you feel that you've been initiated into believing. You need to approach it by pulling all-nighters, or by doing it all yourself, or by going without, like you wouldn't take a lunch break because you need to study for 6 hours so that you make sure that you get the grade that's right for you, like something like that. Like there is a way that we have been socialized into believing that the work needs to happen no matter what. Like the show must go on no matter what. And just as we reflect over the past, it's not even been a decade, right? Like the pandemic, uprisings, protests, political climate shifting dramatically, um, to have a president, a presidential cabinet who like is so vocal about not caring about the people, like the most vulnerable within our population, and then to enact policies that reflect those beliefs. It's just like the ways that people have been kidnapped and detained and taken and disappeared, the ways that people have been murdered, right? Like murdered. And there has not been justice through our legal system in any way, but how do you have justice when lives have been taken, stolen? There's so much oppression. There are literal wars going on for bullshit, y'all, for bullshit. And we're feeling those things that are happening on that level. We're feeling them in our families. We're feeling that energy in our communities. We're feeling that energy in our work environments. We're feeling that energy within ourselves. It's impacting our sleep and our food intake. It's impacting our energy levels. It's impacting our dreams. It's impacting us on every level. Even if we don't watch the news, it's still with us because it's in the energies of the people that are around us, and we are all connected in a collective unconscious. We're in a unified body of people. Like, we're all so connected to each other. Even if you hate somebody, you're still connected to them through that hatred, you know? Like, we can't like actually fully ghost anyone. Even a ghost is still, even an apparition is still here with us in this plane of existence. So it's like, I think that's what Saturn in Pisces was teaching me throughout that time. Like, we're always going to be connected. Whatever the state of the relationship, whatever the feelings are, whatever the boundaries are, there's still a deep connection, whether we want it or not. And so there's been this connection that you've had, that I've had, that we've had to late stage capitalism and the energy of productivity, toxic productivity that says your worth is connected to the show going on. Your worth is connected to you doing things at all costs to make sure that you have a finished product that you can show to other people who are in positions of authority, who can then approve of you and tell you, yes, good job, you did it. But even if that comes, even if that approval comes, it is not only fleeting, it's not only like short-lived, because the people who give the approval are also socialized within this construct. And so they are also thinking on to the next. And so it socializes the people who are working this hard to also feel that way. So our nervous systems are jacked up in this society. And so if you do the same thing you've always done, if you continue to use this system that says the show must go on no matter what, okay, if I'm burnt out, it's fine if I get sick, let me just finish what I need to finish at the deadline that was given to me, or at the deadline that I've created for myself, because that's what matters at all costs. If I just finish it, then I'll feel this way. You actually won't. You won't feel this way. It'll actually like kind of jump from this to these that we were talking about. This continual cycle of feeling like an imposter. This continual cycle of feeling really burnt out. This continual cycle of feeling like things aren't working. everything's feeling just so off and you don't know why, you don't know what to do about it. But maybe if you just keep working, it'll sort itself out. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. So, Spirit, how will we do this differently? What are you trying to show us in this time? This weird, weird time. Okay, that makes sense. Spirit is trying to show us how important it is to focus on abundance. And abundance not in the sense of the pop culture sort of way where people are just talking about manifesting the things that you want, because that just leads to more consumerism in a sense. It's like a very particular way to approach your spirituality. Not gonna vilify anyone for doing anything, because sometimes the shit works and it's important to learn how it works, how the processes work. But it also isn't something sustainable enough or substantial enough to build a whole life off of. Like, it's too hollow to only just manifest whatever you want, because sometimes you don't get what you want, and then what? And sometimes you want things that you can't manifest in that way, and then what? Then you go on this whole journey and you go even deeper into yourself and into your soul and into your spirituality. So then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is representing reciprocity. So your abundance is being redefined at this time. It is not just going to be about material things that you want. It's not just going to be about more money. Yes, there will be money. Yes, we love money. Money's great. But recognize how money is actually a very complicated tool and element in this world, and it may be very complicated for you. So as much as you may want it and you may say, yes, that's what abundance is, if there isn't a flow and a circulation of that money, if you just want it to acquire it and to hoard it, it will also stop flowing. If you acquire it and then you just let it out every time it comes and you just spend it, it's like you can't hold on to it, it will also stop coming. But abundance in the sense of, how does abundance relate to community for you? How does abundance relate to love for you? How does abundance relate to wellness, health and wellness for you? How does abundance relate to the choice between solitude and togetherness with the Hermit here? Can you tell when you need time to yourself? And when you need time to yourself, do you feel free to choose it and to take it for as long as you need? So abundance is being redefined because this is not your priority. The show going on, just finishing the work at all costs, it can't be your priority to do it in the same way, because it doesn't lead to your satisfaction, your happiness, your contentment, your wellness. There are way more consequences when we sacrifice our bodies and our minds and our well-being for some institution to have some finished product. But what is really here for you is to be more audacious, is to allow yourself to go on this journey, to leave the things that you've outgrown, to recognize what you've outgrown, and to be discerning about what you will take with you in the next chapter so that you can actually feel. You can get to the Nine of Cups. You can get to a sense of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. Aries energy is very independent and self-sufficient. So codependency isn't going to be able to outlast or outrun Saturn in Aries. So if there is anything or anyone or any belief that you or I, that we are so attached to, with the devil here, that we would give our freedom, we would give our ability to choose over, just for the illusion or for the image, just for things to look a certain way, that we would pretend that we're fine when we're suffering, that we would only talk about the good because we don't want to try to manifest something negative by talking about things that make us sad. Like, there's so many weird and complicated and counterintuitive sort of ways that we are wired as people, and we think we're doing something one way, but honestly, this journey, this weird ass energy that you're feeling, these emotions that are coming up, this funk that you're in, this way that you're so tired, it is all for a purpose. And part of the purpose is to remind you of your strength and your power, and to let you see that you can be in alignment even when you feel weird. You can be in alignment even when you doubt it. That your guides are still here with you even when you don't feel them. So take some time to be with yourself. Recognize that this journey is taking you exactly where it's meant to. And just take it one step at a time. That's what I got for you today. So thank you so much, Spirit, for this message, for this channeling. Thank you to you, viewer, for watching and for taking in what is for you, allowing yourself to be transformed by and encouraged by this message, and for leaving anything that doesn't serve you, anything that doesn't resonate, anything that is not for you, because it's probably for someone else. It might be for me. So thank you for sharing time and space and allowing me to check in with your energy. I trust that this supported you in the way that it needed to. And I'll catch you in the future. Bye. Take really good care.